Have you ever wondered why some kind-hearted people still suffer, while deceitful individuals seem to live comfortably? Is life truly unfair? Or is there a deeper truth hidden behind these events? Today, let the Zen Way take you on a journey into the story of karma to uncover the unseen forces that shape each of our lives. Find a quiet place, relax your body and mind. Take a deep breath. Long ago, in a small village by the river, there lived two men whose lives and personalities were complete opposites. One was Old Lamb, a kind and compassionate elderly man who always helped the less fortunate. Every day he shared his meals with beggars, cared for injured animals, and lived a simple, honest life, harming no one. The other was Ba Hung, a wealthy yet greedy and wicked man. He schemed, deceived, and took advantage of others, stopping at nothing to achieve his selfish desires. Despite his kindness, Old Lamb was plagued with misfortunes. His crops failed, his only son fell gravely ill and passed away, and he himself became sick without the means to afford treatment. Meanwhile, Ba Hung continued to live lavishly, indulging in his wealth without a single worry. The villagers gossiped amongst themselves. How strange! Old Lamb is so kind, yet he suffers. But Ba Hung, despite his evil ways, enjoys life without worry. Is there any justice in this world? No one could explain this mystery, until one day a great monk passed through the village. Upon hearing of the enlightened monk's arrival, the villagers gathered to seek his wisdom. One of them stepped forward and asked, "Venerable Master, we do not understand. Why does someone as kind as Old Lamb suffer, while a wicked man like Ba Hung enjoys wealth and comfort? Does heaven not see this injustice?" The great monk smiled gently, his eyes filled with compassion, and softly replied, "Karma is not confined to this lifetime alone. What you see is merely the tip of an iceberg. To truly understand, let me tell you the story of their past lives." Long ago, in an ancient kingdom, Old Lamb's past life was that of a high-ranking official. However, in a moment of misjudgment, he wrongfully sentenced an innocent family to death. The karmic debt he accumulated was not repaid in that lifetime, and thus, in this life, he suffers the loss of his own child and endures pain to cleanse his past mistakes. As for Ba Hung, in his past life, he was a generous and kind-hearted man. He used his wealth to help the poor, build temples, and offer charity. As a result, he was reborn into wealth and comfort in this life. However, since he no longer continues his virtuous deeds, once his accumulated good karma is exhausted, suffering will eventually follow. The great monk continued speaking slowly and gently. "My dear ones, karma is not a punishment. It is simply the result of the seeds each person has sown in the past. Good deeds will bear good fruit, while bad deeds will bring suffering. It is only a matter of time before the effects manifest." At that moment, the villagers finally understood. They bowed deeply before the great monk, their hearts filled with newfound clarity. Dear friend, perhaps today you are experiencing hardship, but do not be quick to blame the heavens or the world. Remember that every event in life has a deeper cause. What we face today is the result of the choices we made in the past. But the most important truth is this: the present is the only moment in which we can change our future. If we do good deeds today, blessings will come to us in the future. If we plant the seeds of wrongdoing, sooner or later, we will reap the consequences. Karma is always fair. It is only a matter of when, not if, it unfolds. Therefore, instead of resenting our fate, let us start living righteously from this very moment. Because no one can escape karma, yet no one is bound by it forever, as long as they choose to change in the present. How do you feel about today's story? If you found it meaningful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. And if you wish to continue hearing profound spiritual stories, don't forget to subscribe to the Zen Way so we can continue learning and reflecting on Buddhist teachings together. Wishing you a peaceful and tranquil day.